Hey guys, welcome back to the Man Cave with Big Kev. Thank you for tuning in. This video is going to be on the night that I spent in my swag last night. I decided to set it up so that I could essentially test it out in this colder weather. So last night it got down to 6 degrees out here in Ipswich, and I thought it was a perfect opportunity to test a few things out and see how it went. It's imperative to test your gear before you go out to make sure that it's going to stand up to the test. So here we go. Alright, so behind me we have the green tarp that I purchased. I'll leave a link in the description for anyone that wants to know where I got it, how much, what it's got and all that sort of stuff. And down below we've got my swag. I'll just quickly down there we go. Now that's a Weisshorn 2-man dome tent swag, and it is a very good bit of kit. I'm really happy with it. I'll do a full review on that later on today. That'll be a different video. So 6 degrees, needed to test my gear. So theory was put the green tarp up, that's going to catch the dew, which it has brilliantly. The underside of the tarp is completely saturated as well, so I'm really glad that I put that up and not just had a swag, because it would have been wet on the inside of the swag otherwise and would have made my night a whole heap worse. I did happen to get 2 floor mats, inflatable self-inflatable floor mats, and they were at Kmart for 20 bucks. My ex-partner got them for her daycare, and I've commandeered 2 of them and put them in the swag because I wanted to give them a run, because they, as it turns out, they side by side fit perfectly in the swag there, and I just want a little bit of extra padding just to make it a bit more comfortable, because we all know that swags aren't the most comfortable things in the world to sleep in. It's got a 50mm foam mattress in there, but I'm a big dude and it just doesn't cut it. So I'll just show you one of them. So this is the bad boy here. They actually clip up together all the way down. Well, there's 3 clips, and that just makes it easier to fold in half and roll up later on down the track, or they can be used to clip together, and that's what I've done in the swag. I've clipped 2 of them together. One more down here. So obviously you got your valve, undo it, start self-inflating. I like to pump a bit more air into them to make them a bit more rigid, so just to keep my body off the ground. And the idea was not only for comfort but for insulation as well. So that is the inflatable pillow, the big bite valve there. I inflated both of those last night at the head end, because the swag rolls up front to back. The release valve is at the back and the pillows are at the head, which worked out perfectly. So because I'm planning on keeping them in there and rolling them up with a swag, but these raised the mattress up because they're under the mattress, and with a pillow, super comfortable. It was really good, really good. So that's how wide they are compared to me. Not too bad, actually. I might focus it down a bit to my widest part, and that completely covers. So they're really good size. So yeah, 2 of those underneath the mattress. I did sleep in it last night, and it was relatively okay. I will put a bit more air in. I like to pump a bit more air in them, and I will do that because I did have a couple of hot spots, one on my ribs and my shoulder if I'm sitting lying on my side. I didn't really get to lie on my belly like I usually do because it was kind of cold and I was curled up. So I had a nice hot shower before I went out, and I decided to put on some flannelette pants and some socks, and I've got a little mink blanket in the swag as well. Now in the past with my other swag, that's been enough, and I've been in minus temperatures and been cozy warm in the swag just with that blanket. But I think because this is a dome top, there's a lot more airflow around, and the ambient temperature was able to just take over. So insulation wise, where I was laying was nice and warm. I didn't feel the cold through the floor, but to touch anywhere around me was freezing because of the ambient temperature. So I'm happy with the insulation. The blanket wasn't enough, like I said, because there's more airflow in there. I did have it all sealed up. Apart from the front window, I had the front door open about that much just to let the condensation out, and I think it's just let too much cold air in. And essentially 3:15 I woke up and I wasn't freezing, but everything around me was frozen. It was so cold, and I started to feel it through the blanket. So I bugged out and went back inside. There was no use trying to stick it out and tough it out because I don't want to get sick. So just being sensible about it, and this is why you should always test your gear in your backyard, just to make sure that it's going to withstand whatever you throw it out in the field. So that was my night. The inside of the swag was dry. That's good. Hence the tarp. Pretty sure that had everything to do with it. All in all, I'm pretty happy with the setup. I just need extra blanket. I do have a reflective sheet that I'm going to put under the mattress, maybe just under the sheet, so that it can reflect my body heat and hopefully warm up more of the bed so I can actually spread out and be comfortable. So, but for me to lie in that, it's so roomy, it's great. I absolutely love it. I've just got a couple of 5 meter lengths of paracord to string it up, and I didn't have a ridge line, so it's tied at the corners, as you can see. And it's not a bad tarp. I do like it. Ooh, wobble. But yeah, I'll leave a link in the description so you can find out what tarp that is and where to get it. It was just an eBay job. I think it was about $60, and I'm relatively happy with it. I don't know how it would fare up in a strong wind, but for this kind of stuff, for still weather, it's fantastic, like you saw in my camping video. So just a bit of a gear review on there, and I'm going to do a full review on the swag today, and that'll be in a later video. So thank you very much for tuning in, guys, and I hope to see you in the next video. See ya.